So let's set the scene. Before becoming the official bully in charge, our boy Kwon Daegun was just a high school dropout trying to study for his qualification exam. But trouble, as it always does, found him. Tonight, he's up against a real piece of work. A guy with glasses, looking all prim and proper, but radiating pure menace. I have no intention of losing, the man declares, slowly pulling something out from his shirt. A pen? Daegun is just staring like a pen. This glasses-wearing dude, Hanambe, snaps the pen with a sharp click like it's some sacred ritual. It seems you didn't win against on Hagon and Bei Yowul by luck. Because of that, I'll also fight you with my best. Daegun's buddies watching from below are freaking out. He's doing it again. That punk's using a pen as a weapon. That's cheating. But his other friend is chilling. Don't worry, it's just a pen. It won't work on Daegun. But it's not that simple. Someone recognizes Han Nambi's style. He's the successor of the infamous Snow Manor type. And what's that, you ask? Oh, just a little something where everything they touch becomes a lethal weapon. Bricks, glass bottles, even a damn pencil. In their hands, it's a one-way ticket to the ER. That's why they love stationery. It's common, and it's everywhere. Think of it like this. A total noob swinging a legendary, unbreakable sword versus an absolute sword master holding a tree branch. Which one's stronger? It's the master's branch every single time. Because the moment he swings it, it's not just a branch, it's the sharpest sword in the world. So, when Hanambe wields that pen with his full strength, it's like a plus 45 enchanted weapon. Do you still think this is playing house? Hanambe presses forward. The triangle ruler he just threw, he now calls it a throwing knife. It's like that if I say so. Before the words even settle, the pen in his hand becomes a blade, slashing through the air straight at Daegun. Clang, the sound of metal on flesh, echoes in the night. Daegun, completely unarmed, is parrying every single strike with pinpoint precision. His movements are so fluid they're just a blur. In a few short exchanges, Hanambe is sent flying with a shoulder throw, slamming hard onto the ground. Daegun looks down at him, his eyes cold. Asterisk, that's asterisk a real pen. He's saying Nambi's toy is for intimidation. But his own fists are the real weapons here. The onlookers are stunned. They explain that the reason Hanambe can wield stationery like swords is because of his terrifying, gorilla-like grip. That's how a trivial pen becomes a deadly weapon in his hands. This is a completely different territory from a barehanded fight. Against a guy like this, even a graze could be critical. Daegun parries and disarms him not once, but twice. This has never happened in Han Nambi's entire fighting career. Impossible. There's no way coincidence can happen twice. Nambe is absolutely furious. He's never dropped his weapon against any strong opponent. But today, he met his match. In that case, Hanambe zips open his pink pencil case, a twisted smile on his face. Although it's extremely dangerous, I tried to avoid using the true face of the pencil case. Oh crap, he's about to get serious. The next second, a stationary storm erupts. A pencil becomes a throwing knife, a compass becomes a spear. An endless barrage of deadly school supplies rains down from above, a curtain of projectiles sealing off all of Daegun's escape routes. How long can you evade the endless flying weapons? Hanambe throws with insane speed, so fast you can't even see the blur. But Daegun just smirks. Are you joking? He casually deflects an oncoming eraser. An onlooker picks up the pieces, confused. It's just a regular eraser. Is there anything special about it? Someone else explains. It's his grip that makes ordinary stationery into special weapons. But that only applies to ordinary people. In front of Daegun, these so-called weapons are just stationaries. Daegun's voice is quiet, but rings with absolute confidence. He closes the distance in an instant and sends Hanambe flying with a single punch. In the face of pure power and skill, all these fancy tricks are just a paper tiger. Hanambe lies on the ground, his glasses shattered, his entire belief system crumbling with them. He can't understand. This guy didn't use mud, the drug that lets you enter the zone, so how can he possess this monstrous strength? Just who the hell are you? How did you do that? Daegun just looks down at him coldly. I already told you so, that I won. It turns out Hanambe and the other four Heavenly Kings have all been using an enhanced drug called mud to achieve superhuman concentration and fighting prowess. This battle was just the tip of the iceberg. A much larger organization, a more dangerous foe named G. Borum, and the Mud Club behind him are slowly emerging from the shadows. Daegun's journey as the bully in charge has only just begun. In the grimy underbelly of the city, a new game is afoot. And the players? They don't play nice. This poor schmuck, just an errand boy, is getting a first-hand lesson in the new world order. Capturing Baeksuji should be enough to get him to act, The guy in the suit says, cool as a cucumber. The plan is simple, brutal, and effective. Use the sister as bait to lure out the big fish, Baek-suyuk. And our boy here, he's just caught in the crossfire, a pawn in a much bigger, deadlier game. But before we get to the main event, let's get the lay of the land. The school's hierarchy ain't a simple food chain. You've got Baek-suyuk, the uncrowned king, and the so-called for heavenly kings. They weren't exactly buddies, more like a temporary alliance forged in fire against common enemies. As the Foundation's rep explains to Daegun, it's more accurate to view them as two separate groups, a delicate balance that could shatter at any moment. And in the eye of this storm stands our boy, Kwon Daegun. But what's he fighting for? It's not about power or glory. After a long day of school activities, he's back home. And here, he's not the bully in charge. He's just a guy making spicy tekbaki for the most important person in his world, Suzy. Every punch he throws, every risk he takes, it's all for this. I never want Suzy to starve ever again, he thinks. He wants her to live like a queen, completely safe from the world he has to navigate. But peace is a luxury he can't afford. The hunt for Ji Borum is on, and everyone wants a piece of the action. At school, Daegun finds himself the center of an unwanted plot. Chunsim's crew wants to use him as bait. The strategy is to use Daegun to provoke and make him come out of his hideout. They scheme. Little do they know, our boy is always one step ahead. He agrees, but on his own terms. I need to meet Ji Borum one-on-one. And just like that, the fuse is lit. While walking with Suzy, the inevitable happens. They're cornered in an alley. Lucky, the thug smirks, grabbing her arm. Big mistake. For Daegun, this isn't just a mission anymore. It's personal. He told her to stay back, that he had a responsibility to protect her. Now it's time to show them what that means. The thug raises a broken bottle, talking big about how the world isn't like the movies. Oh, the irony. Because what happens next is straight out of an action flick. Sorry, but you're dragging this out too long, Daegun says, not with words but with his fists. In the blink of an eye, the entire crew is on the ground. One punch, one kick. It's over before it even began. He didn't just win, he sent a message. But the real danger wasn't these street-level chumps. After interrogating one of them, Daegun realizes the address was a fake. He bolts to the real location, but Suzy, worried sick, follows him. And she walks right into the lion's den. Just as things are about to get ugly, our hero makes his grand entrance, sending bodies flying. How dare you use your dirty hands? And touch my precious sister, he roars. The room freezes. This is a different kind of anger. And from the shadows emerges the man himself, Ji Borum. The real fight begins. But there's something off about him. He takes Daegun's punches like they're nothing. Does he not feel any fear of pain? Daegun realizes. This isn't a normal fight. His opponent has thrown away the most basic human instinct. That's the power of MUD. But for Daegun, a weakness is a weakness, no matter how you spin it. If pain isn't a deterrent, then it's a trap. Daegun changes tactics. He's not just hitting hard, he's hitting smart. He lets Borum get close, takes a hit on purpose, creating the perfect opening, offsetting the damage, snatching the next timing. It's a high-speed chess match where the pieces are fists and feet. As Borum's senses dull from the drug, Daegun's mind becomes sharper than ever, zeroing in on the inevitable checkmate.